brighten up those already bright mornings. Wheeler, Ollie, and Lecter. Mornings at the Cabin.
Good morning. Welcome to Mornings at the Cabin on your Friday morning. It is just one of those mornings. Wake up. It's time to go to work. It's +9 and we were told that the weather was going to be nice this weekend, but over the week it's kind of developed into kind of this thing we've had all week, which is partly cloudy, kind of warm, periods of rain, lackluster. But we're hoping that it clears up a little bit later on.
Supposed to.
Right?
Saturday, 19, mainly sunny. Sunday, 21 and sunny.
Yes.
Nighttime clear now. It was supposed to be raining before now. It's improved.
That's
so,
nice.
Looks like it should be all right.
That's something. Of course, we are. Well, we've waded into the waters of Folk in the Rocks now. We had the Rock the Quarry was last night. Warm the Rocks tonight. We will be there, of course, and we will be with you throughout the entire weekend. We can't talk enough about it. It's the biggest event of the year in Yellowknife, and that's the biggest event of our year as well.
The thing is, I've been waiting so long just for today, just to get out there late this morning, out there, set everything up,
Yes.
and just start to get that feeling for it. I cannot wait to just, hightail it out of here with all the stuff, and hopefully it all works.
Hopefully it all works. Hopefully we don't have Friday brain infecting the rest of the day. We will get into that throughout the show.
We sorted it out. We're all good now.
Gosh.
We're on the up.
We're on the upswing. Hey, it's Friday. And you know what that means? It's a day of the week. Maybe you work tomorrow. I don't know. Some people don't. Some people don't. You know, we don't. None of us work a regular 9 to 5. Why should we assume anyone out there does either?
That's true. But no matter what you're doing, we're going to keep you company. And
That's
we're
right.
fun, right?
Yeah. Mornings at the Cabin with a screw loose or two.
Mornings at the Cabin, the podcast.
Wheeler and Ollie with you on your Friday morning. Lecter has decided to take another show off, trying to save that voice. We've all had this little cold going around, and he picked it up last. So we got a big, long weekend ahead of us. A lot of talking, a lot of screaming, a lot of singing along with songs that we will discover this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, when you say that like that, it makes me all a little excited again.
That's going to be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
Time.
And we're all going to be getting over a cold.
Yes.
I like how we have tag teamed it this week on the morning show. And
Yeah.
people have dropped like flies everywhere. But you know what? We're going to make it through.
We're going to make it through. All you got to do is dose yourself up real good. That's what I did last weekend.
Yeah.
Slept a lot, dosed a lot, and now I'm feeling, I don't know, 45% or so, but that's pretty high.
Yeah. All right. That'll do.
Friday brain. So this morning, I don't know if you've ever had this happen to you. We could call it Friday brain or any other day of the week brain where you are certain you know where something is, and then you can't find it, and then you come to work or you come to someone else, all just discombobulated because you can't possibly find this thing, and this thing is very important, and the finding of this thing hinges on the entire rest of the summer, and you can't find it anywhere, and you stand there with your friend trying to decide or trying to think of how to fix this problem, only to discover that it's right in front of your face.
It's all right. You can afford to be relieved over there.
I am.
So yeah, you came in this morning and said thing, and we won't really elaborate too much, but it's a very one-of-a-kind thing.
It is.
There's only one of them. That we could maybe find another one eventually.
Yeah, but it would take weeks to get here.
It would take a really long time. And we don't have that time because we need it like super soon.
Yeah.
And so you stood in front of me and did the full mea culpa. I have looked everywhere.
I don't
looked
know everywhere
where this could be. And of course you've moved recently, which adds a whole different dimension.
Layer. And I was like, it might be in there, even though beyond my insistence that it wasn't, it might be, but I won't be able to get in there until I get back.
And so it was a full 5 minute. I have tried everything. I'm so sorry. I don't know where it is. And I'm standing there thinking, normally I could think my way out of little puzzles like this. And I can't think of, if we don't have that, then no, we're hooped. We're absolutely hooped. I could not think of a way out of it.
I did have an idea that we would, that we would just, we have pictures of it, and we could just blow up the pictures and be like, find this picture.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been the same,
no.
but
we wouldn't have had much choice.
No.
So anyway, you after the 5 minute apology left to sort of go and start the show and just be miserable, and I exactly understand that feeling. As you turned around, I realized it was hanging up on the door behind you.
I searched for 2 full days, and avoiding texting you, being like, by the way. Which is a bad move on my part because I could have texted you last night and been like, but I was going to take one more look for it this morning. I was like, it must be here if it's nowhere else. But yeah, but we found it. So hey, there you go.
It turns out we left it in a safe place, as you always do when you lose things, right?
Which is exactly why we couldn't find it, because it's like there's no way I just left it in the place that I need it. So
yeah,
we'll call it Friday Brain for today. I think we just call it lack of sleep brain over the course of dozens of months.
It all turned out well.
Oh, I hope so.
Happy times.
Yeah, fingers crossed for everything else.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast. Hey, it was early. What do you want from us?
Mornings at the Cabin, Neil Young, Mr. Soul live version. We usually do Neil Young live versions. He's wonderful live, right?
He is. Wasn't he the one who, I had the feeling William Prince has opened up for Neil Young?
He has.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is one of the reasons why having William Prince on the stage last year was such an honor and a privilege, and we love him, and every time he gets pictured in one of our Cabin radio hats. There you go.
I was saying to somebody the other day, like, I welcome him back with open arms
every day,
anytime.
Every day. We had a wonderful lineup at at our stage last year, so we're looking forward very much to this year's lineup.
And he is one of the perfect examples of an artist who I had no clue about.
Right.
Before that festival started.
Yeah.
And now I sort of prance around the place like an expert, being like, oh yeah, William Prince.
Oh yeah, William Prince.
Let's know about William Prince. Before he played our stage on Sunday, I could have barely told you anything.
That's right.
But then he played that stage and immediately won me over. And that, every year when I look at the lineup, I think, I really don't know many of these acts. I remember that now.
Yeah.
I think, well, yeah, you didn't last year either, and now look at you. You got like 8 bands out of that you now listen to.
And that's the thing. That's what this weekend is going to be all about. Obviously, there's some people who love these bands and know them really well, and then there's some people who are coming in going like, I don't really know anybody, but I know, I kind of trust the people that are putting this together. I know I'm going to come away with some great music. And it's all... Well, it kind of got kicked off last night at Rock the Quarry, but we're kicking it off again tonight at Rock the Folks, or Warm the Rocks, pardon me, Rock the Folks. Good Lord. That takes me way back. Huh.
Okay. Are you okay over there?
Yeah. It was like,
okay.
What is it, like 15, 20,
so what
almost
was
20
Rock
years
the
ago?
Folks?
Rock the Folks was just a different take on the whole thing, man.
This is very...
Let me think about it first.
This is super enigmatic. While you're thinking about that, I will let everybody know from 12:15 today, Warm the Rocks begins at the Samba Civic Plaza.
Absolutely.
So if you head on down outside City Hall, then you'll get music at 12:45, I think, or maybe even 12:15, 1:15. I think there's 2 acts on then.
Yeah.
And then you've got more acts at Samba Civic Plaza from about 4:45. I think Avery Zingle leads them off then.
Yes.
Through till about 8-ish. And then at 7, Pit, Yellowknife Band, are up first at Warm the Rocks. I'm still intrigued as to you.
The world-famous Pit.
Rock the Folks. Yes, the world-famous Pit. Famous for coming on and doing fake French accents on the morning show, which I will never forgive them for.
That was only Taylor. Just trying to be unique. Just trying to put something out there.
It was unique. Yeah.
I want to have him back on the show so you guys can talk about that. So Rock the Folks was, I may be misremembering, which is not a word, but Rock the Folks used to be part of Folk in the Rocks. It was like kind of showcasing local bands.
Okay.
Yeah. And I don't think I'm not sure that what the last year they've done it. So someone's probably screaming at their phone right now going, are you even a Yellowknifer man? I am. Kinda.
Yellowknife has its own little citizenship test.
Oh my God, does it ever? Oh goodness Lord. Are you a Northerner? Are you a Yellowknifer? How long have you been here? Have you lived
We could
in
get
a
into the whole,
houseboat?
like, what do you have to do to qualify to be a Yellowknifer? I feel like the answer to that changes with every single person you ask.
Really, you just have to be here. I think put on some Bluntstones and go camping, and you're a Yellowknifer, it seems.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. But part of being Yellowknifer is, of course, going to Folk on the Rocks this weekend. Although I do know a lot of Yellowknifers who they don't go anymore.
Well, that's okay, because now they get to listen.
That's right. And if you don't go, this is the thing. This is the thing I want to say again to the people who are like, I don't know any of the bands. I don't really want to go. Because, I mean, money is a thing, and money comes in. Because, I mean, it is. I think it's a great deal for a weekend pass. Some people think otherwise. I hope that we can kind of give them the info or prove them wrong, that this weekend is absolutely worth the money. And if you can't make it out, or if you're kind of on the fence, Tune in, cabinradio.ca/live. We will be streaming Warm the Rocks night. And then, of course, throughout the entire weekend, you're going to hear some music that you love. And come out and show that support, but also just come out and discover some new music. It's always a good time. There's going to be great food. The weather is the weather. It's going to do what it do.
You know what? Even if the weather is not that great,
yes,
beautiful selection of Cabin Radio hoodies.
That's right,
including brand new maroon hoodies.
Oh, the maroon hoodies
as of yesterday
with the silver.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah,
very nice.
Just come grab one of those. Then it'll be fun.
And you can pick up your William Prince edition Cabin Radio hat, which is the Flex Fit Snapback with the red icon. This is special.
Jesse is demonstrating that in studio right now, which doesn't massively translate to radio.
I'm circling it with my fingers.
It does look good.
Yeah, this is me circling it with my finger. There you go.
Yeah, you're getting that. That's getting that hat circling
Very
vibe.
Nice ASMR there for you guys in this morning. Yeah, we are absolutely very stoked about this weekend. And if the weather's terrible, we're still pretty stoked.
Scenes on the cabin.
Are you Gus's son?
I'm Owen. You shower curtain fella?
Yeah. Del Griffith. How are you? This is Neil Page from Chicago.
Hi.
Hi. Pleased to meet you both. I'm to drive you to Wichita to catch a train.
Yeah, we'd appreciate that.
Train don't run out of Wichita. Unless you're a hog or a cattle. People train run out of Stubville.
That'll be fine. Just fine.
Leave it be. Get your lazy behind out here and put them in the back.
No, we've got it.
It's very heavy.
She don't mind. She's short and she's skinny, but she's strong. First baby, come out sideways. She didn't scream or nothing.
Isn't that something? You're a real trooper.
Scenes from the cabin.
Know the movie? Submit your guest to mailbox@cabinradio.ca or send us a message on Facebook for your chance to win gift certificates to some awesome Yellowknife restaurants, including Zehabesha, Main Street Pizza, The Woodyard Eatery, Copper House Restaurant, and Javaroma. Listen to Cabin Radio every weekday to win, or download the Mornings at the Cabin podcast.
If you don't know, here, let me rephrase that. Not if you don't know. Well, if you don't know. But if there's something you want to know and someone is not giving you the answer, just sign up with a bunch of other people to rush the gates, and maybe you'll find the truth. The truth is out there, after all.
Uh-huh.
All right.
So
whistling into the mic is...
Truth is out there.
So there is an event on Facebook. Over 300,000 people have signed onto a Facebook event pledging to raid Area 51 in Nevada on a quest to see them aliens.
I'm sorry, hang on. 300,000 people have basically announced they're going to pillage Area 51.
Yes, that's right. So the event titled Storm Area 51, They Can't Stop All of Us, that is what it is called. Okay. They Can't Stop All of Us, is inviting users from around the world to join a Naruto run, which is a Japanese manga-inspired running style featuring arms outstretched backwards and heads forward into the area. I
mean...
It's about time. I need to know what's out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, what's out there? I find those 300,000 people scarier than whatever's in Area 51.
Yes.
Can we not just let them rush and then close the gate behind them?
Just leave them in there.
Yeah.
Where are those people? It's a secret. It's classified.
Yep. Sorry, thank God.
I've driven through that desert in the middle of the night.
Really?
It's pretty awesome. Yeah. When Phoenix and I went down to Las Vegas, we went down to the Grand Canyon. We drove back through Nevada, through like what's called like the alien highway, the extraterrestrial highway. And it was in the middle of the night, and we stopped a couple of times, and like we didn't really see anything, but I mean, it's a great place where there's no lights whatsoever, so you can see, billions of stars, which is
and it probably has some atmosphere to it, just for what it is.
Oh, it does, because
right?
there's no lights anywhere except for a few soft glowing ones off in the distance. And you're like, what is that? And that can't be anything in the middle of nowhere. The truth is out there, though, and here's the thing about Area 51. I think I don't necessarily not believe. I believe that there's life elsewhere. Yeah, there has to be. There's just too much space out there for
the odds are.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
Do I believe that extraterrestrials have made contact with the human beings on Earth? Yes, I do. Do I believe that there are unidentified flying objects? Absolutely. Do I believe that the government has maybe captured some of these and reverse engineered some of our own technology? Yes. Do I believe that maybe now's the time to panic and smash another person's head open and eat the goo inside? Yes, I would.
Oh, there's the quote for today. Needless to say, absolutely none of those opinions are shared. Anyway, carry on.
Not by you, by other people. They are
by other morons.
Morons. How dare you, sir? How dare you? That is an ad hominem attack, and I will not sanction.
Well,
your buffoonery.
I see.
Okay, but do you think that there have been not like maybe aliens not have touched down, but like a ship has come through the atmosphere at some point? No. So you believe that there's life, but not necessarily intelligent life.
Well, not necessarily that. I'm perfectly happy to believe there's intelligent life. Have you seen how big the universe is?
It's enormous. Have you been even our solar system? Within our solar system, we might not know that there's something going on.
Like within our solar system, if there was intelligent life on Pluto, we couldn't get to it yet.
No, not yet.
Like we might be able to send one probe by. Yeah. Right, like Voyagers basically waved at it on the way out of the solar system.
Yeah, and if they were intelligent enough, they would be like, "A probe! Everybody, stay still."
Yeah, and that's the end of that.
Yeah,
and the odds. There's a wonderful concept, and I forget the precise name of it, and the person who invented it. So I'm just going to bust
razor.
it. No, it's basically the Great Barrier, essentially.
Yes. Oh yes,
and
of course.
The idea being that either the human race has cleared that Great Barrier, or it hasn't.
Yeah.
And that there is some Great Barrier to every civilization on any planet, let's say. Yeah, and it applies to any planet, and Mars is actually anything else. Like, are the conditions right for life?
Yeah.
If that's the Great Barrier, then we've cleared it, but clearly many other planets haven't.
Obviously, yeah.
But the Great Barrier may not be that. There may be something else to get to a second level of interstellar travel and everything like that.
Yeah.
We may never clear that barrier.
No.
And it may be that nobody has.
Yeah.
And it's just a question of whether you believe you've cleared the barrier or not.
What's more terrifying? That we so if we're in agreement that there is other life out there and chances are that there's another intelligent life, is it more terrifying that we're, say, the least evolved of that intelligent life or the most evolved of that intelligent life? It's more terrifying that we're the most evolved.
Either of those answers is not really that exciting.
It's really not. That's terrifying to me, that if we are the most advanced in the entire universe.
Yeah, I do think there is almost certainly other life like this out there somewhere. Yeah. I highly doubt it has anything like the form we think it does.
Yes, absolutely.
Is the other thing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know that they build ships.
No.
Because may be that wherever they're from, that's not really a mode of transport that you need. It's not how life has evolved.
That's absolutely right. And they operate on different wavelengths, and they can transfer through different dimensions or whatever.
Right.
That seems to be the overarching theory now amongst, alien conspiracists or whatever you want to call them. They're interdimensional beings rather than like physical forms. Like they take a physical form to please you type of thing.
Our idea of extraterrestrial life is completely governed by what we're capable of imagining, which is played out through movies.
Yeah.
If you watch movies from the 50s, extraterrestrial life turns up in cardboard boxes sprayed silver because that was what special effects could do at the time.
Beautiful.
And you get through like Close Encounters of the Third Kind, through to more recent movies like Contact and things, and Arrival.
Yeah.
And the shape and form and what we understand to be an alien has improved, if you like, and has become wackier as we've had the budget to make it look like that.
That's right.
So what it actually looks like is probably something we still can't conceive of.
Well, then it's funny that you mentioned Contact, because Contact, within the context of the book, but also the movie, is that they're interdimensional beings that don't have a form. Right? They are just a form of intelligence.
Conveniently for the special effects.
Well, yeah.
You can imagine the studio. So you're telling me we don't need to. Oh, sweet. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah.
Great.
It's just like exactly. It's just like a form, and like, but what they do is basically take a form to make contact with the person to make them feel the most comfortable. Like, this is the form we're going to take for you. I'm going to give you this information. So I can imagine something like that being, which
much like shaving before a first date.
That's exactly
This is the form I'm going to take for you. Now, of course, like 6 months down the road, I shall return to my
I will show my true face.
Yes.
That's right. So the thing about this rush, which just sounds awesome, is that I think Area 51, if it is a thing, I think at one point may have been, like, it's they've not denied that it's like a secret Air Force base or a place where like tests go on for like secret infrastructure or whatever. But so if that was the case at some point, I believe now that Area 51 is just like, okay, everybody knows about it. We've moved everything like years ago. So yeah, come on and storm the gates.
Hey, look, we'll
You're
open the
find
gates.
Nothing.
There's a hot dog stand over there. Here are the washrooms.
Yeah.
And oh look, there's just nothing here except a few friendly scientists.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and the alien autopsy group.
Yeah, because everyone else has used the Stargate already.
That's right. Oh God, I can't wait to use the Stargate. So if you want to sign up for this this mass running at the gates of Area 51, you can find that on Facebook called Storm Area 51. They can't stop all of us.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast was recorded before a sort of live, thankfully not in the studio, audience.
Speaking of those notifications that we were talking about yesterday, here's one from Inverse about Elon Musk's brain. Okay, that's enough. We don't need that.
This is why I don't want you to accept the notification options.
That's right.
If you're in the studio, Jesse has a lot of trouble focusing.
I have
if things
trouble
flash up in front of his
focusing.
face in the morning.
Speaking of which, birds. No. I do, but before we get into this, I do want to give a shout out, and I know it's I'm a little biased because it is my partner.
Oh, we're doing shout-outs now?
We
We're
are.
doing shout-outs. Yesterday?
I told you. I was only
Yesterday?
joking. You can absolutely do shout-outs.
You're doing a shout-out to
I
your
thought it was
other half,
adorable.
aren't you?
I thought it was adorable.
Uh-huh.
I was just giving you a hard time.
You, sir, are an outrage. Carry on.
I am an outrage. Thank you. Just a shout out to my partner Phoenix and the group of dancers that she has down in Disneyland today. They are participating in a parade. So I just wanted to give them the shout out. Good work. Well done. It feels like plus 37 there today.
Oh, really?
Have fun with that.
That's not good.
They're in the parade for like an hour,
Oh.
doing the same dance for they do like a 3.5 minute dance, 20 times.
Well, good luck.
Yeah, have fun with that.
Yeah. Suddenly I am
good.
very happy with the weekend forecast
I'm
of
okay with
19
this.
degrees and
Yes.
mostly sunny.
Ollie, when's the last time you got pulled over?
About 2 years ago.
Yeah, and what was it for?
Now I have a grudge about this.
Oh, you have a grudge?
I kind of do and I kind of don't. They let me off,
Yeah.
white privilege,
Of course.
but it was for going too fast. You know
Oh, for speeding.
It was yes, I'm going too fast. Let's massage that. It was for I was driving back along the Ingram Trail to the intersection with what is now called like the Yellowknife Access Road or whatever.
Yes.
Basically where that T junction where you can turn off
Onto
to the
Old
Ingram
Airport.
Trail.
Yeah.
So coming
Oh, yeah.
back along the Ingram Trail into Yellowknife.
Yeah.
And that goes down to like a 50 to a 30
Yeah.
in stages right at the end. Mm-hmm. And I basically didn't slow down enough for that, which I sort of object to a little bit because it's essentially an off-ramp
Yeah.
at that point.
Absolutely.
And I'm like, well, I'm clearly like gonna slow by the end of that. The
Yep.
fact that I didn't slow quite enough for the sign. Anyway, grumble. They let me off. Well, great.
I've seen people stop as they pull on going towards the airport off that T, stop as if it were like a yield and merge, when in actuality it's the addition
Yeah.
of another lane.
So yeah,
Nobody here knows how to drive.
No, I felt like I was being a little. I don't know. Anyway, carry on.
I actually saw someone pull out of that T junction into going towards the city, towards Jackfish Lake, and pull into not into the merge lane, but pull into the far lane, the main lane, and do it like really quickly in order to get ahead of somebody and almost cause an accident. There's a big old blue GMC truck with some business on the side of it, and I let them know by honking at them and shaking my fist out the window.
I was going to say, is there a point to this, or are
No,
we
not
just
really.
we just?
Speaking of shaking fists out windows, and the reason I wanted to ask you the last time you got pulled over, hungover, and if there was anything in the car. The last time I was pulled over, yeah, there was nothing in the car. But this poor person, this is one of these things that kind of goes viral and it pops up on your feed in any number of groups or shares or whatever. Police in Oklahoma pulled over a young man named Gibbs. What's his name? Anthony Gibbs. No, that was the police officer that pulled him over. Stephen Jennings was the driver. And pulled him over just outside Oklahoma City, and a basic traffic stop. I think he was maybe going a little fast, and his car had been reported stolen. So there's that.
Okay,
They pulled him
slightly
over.
more than your basic traffic stop at this point. Okay.
They pulled him over, and what did they find? Some whiskey.
Okay.
It's pretty standard. It's not great. It's not great, but it's pretty
Well, it
standard.
depends. Like if it's open in the front, it's not great. If it's just in the back of the car, then it's a what?
An
Yeah, all
open bottle of Kentucky Deluxe whiskey. Colonel Quickie Mart's own.
right. Okay.
The brownest of the brown liquors. There's your Simpsons reference. Along with that, found a canister filled with radioactive powdered uranium.
What?
Yep. And a rattlesnake.
What?
This a standard traffic stop. Oh, the car's reported stolen. Let's pull it over just to make sure everything's okay. Sir, can I see your license? Oh, by the way, your license is also suspended. So his license was suspended for having an open liquor container.
That the open liquor container has rapidly become the least of my concerns.
Yeah.
What's the explanation for the uranium and the rattlesnake?
There is not one. This is the only thing. There's no explanation as to why he had this bottle of this canister of powdered uranium, radioactive as well. I mean, maybe he was sniffing it.
That's not how radioactivity works.
I don't think it is, but I mean, it is powdered. Yeah, but you could. Maybe you could. Or maybe he was just like, I don't trust Big Pharma. I'm going to give myself my own radiation treatment by smearing this powdered uranium all over my body and then having a rattlesnake bite me. I think this is a good here. This is him going holistic.
No, that's not what holistic means.
Pretty sure that's what
uranium
holistic
is more
means.
used in ballistic than holistic.
I'm pretty sure that's what holistic means. Taking a rattlesnake and just having it bite you and just like seeing what happens. Like I think this is going to cure my headache.
Okay. So I need to know now. I'm going to have to dig up the court
We're going to have
records
to
on
dig
this.
it up. I've just pulled up the Snopes article, whether or not it was true. It is true.
It is true.
It is true. A rattlesnake, a canister of radioactive powdered uranium, and an open bottle of Kentucky Deluxe whiskey. So that
he said slurring the word whiskey.
I've been snorting powdered uranium all evening. Thank you, officer. Yeah, it's not a good look, but it does sound like a pretty good party. So just not in the car. I mean, keep that in your house, people. You're gonna have a rattlesnake and some uranium and some whiskey. Oh, maybe he was mixing it all together. You know, little powdered uranium at the top, nice big 3 fingers of whiskey, and then just some rattlesnake venom to kind of top it off. Give it a little bite. You know? Well, best of luck, Mr. Jennings, with dealing with all of that. I'm sure Oklahoma will be very lenient.
Thanks for listening. Check out more from the show at cabinradio.ca and by following the Mornings at the Cabin Facebook page.